Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the RathCo Outdoors Channel. I'm your host, Robert Rath, and I know it's been quite a while since I've produced or uploaded anything to this channel, but this is a new program that I've decided to call RathCo Earth. It's a replacement for one of our older programs that was called RathCo Atlas. So we changed the name, and here is the pilot episode of RathCo Earth. We're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite places from childhood, located not far from my house in Cheektowaga, New York, called Steglmeier Park, which is also known by many as Lawson Park, which is a lot easier to spell and pronounce. Now, before we get into some of the footage I've prepared of Lawson Park, allow me to tell you a few things about it. Steglmeier Park was within walking distance of my grandparents' house when I was a young man. The first time my grandfather brought me to Steglmeier Park, I was probably 10 or 11 years old, and I absolutely loved it. Ever since the first walk that my grandfather and I took through the park, I've looked forward to every single visit to their house because I always knew that more than likely we would end up taking a walk to Steglmeier Park. Both my grandfathers were huge outdoorsmen. They both loved to camp and be outdoors. So I grew up surrounded by nature, and I developed a huge love for the outdoor world and everything having to do with nature and wildlife. Steglmeier Park is one of the largest parks I've ever visited. On one of my walks with my grandfather, he informed me as we were walking back to his truck that the trail that we walked through that day had been a 4-mile-long hike. My grandfather told me that due to the fact that he was so very shocked that I never once complained about the long walk. I was way too distracted by the beauty of nature and the great outdoors that was all around me. The sounds of the birds chirping and chipmunks scurrying about, running around tree trunks and into hollowed-out logs. I was always amazed by the amount of trails that can be explored. Even when I was a kid, I always thought that it would take a man years to explore the entire park. And seriously, I may not be that far off. But anyways, now that I've filled you all in on my backstory and my general involvement with this park throughout my life and how it impacted my life, let's check out the footage that I captured during my last visit. So sit back and relax. So as you come into Steglmeier Park, you'll be traveling right along this road. As you can, plane overhead. As you can see, they have a beautiful baseball diamond, one of the largest ones I've ever seen. They have stadium lighting, which I'm assuming turns on. You know, you could probably rent out the baseball diamond for events or whatnot. Over here, they have tennis courts and a full basketball court further down there. And if you look over here, I can zoom in a little. If you look over there, there are buildings. I know that one is bathrooms, and there's also further down, little shack there is a small administration building. Now, as I said, I don't have a hell of a lot of time to show you folks everything that I would like to show you. But if you're in New York State and you're in the Buffalo area, definitely check out Steglmeier Park. It's right off Lawson Road. It's across the street from Towers Boulevard, I believe, because Towers is the street that my grandparents lived on, God rest their souls. And they're the ones that introduced me to this beautiful park. There's also parking everywhere. There's plenty of handicap accessible parking. You know, this park is always clean. The maintenance crews, I don't know if they have volunteers or if people come and clean, but this park is immaculate today, and I assume it stays that way all the time. Anyways, we're going to head back to HQ. We're going to head back to the studio, and coming up next, I will have some more footage of Steglmeier on another day. Until then, this is Rob signing off. Greetings, everyone. Hello and welcome to the RathCo Outdoors Channel. I'm your host, Robert Roddy Rath, and this is the pilot episode of RathCo Earth. Now, we are currently at Steglmeier Park, Cheektowaga, New York. That's about 15 minutes from my house. This is the park that my grandfather used to take me all the time when I was young, and I mean young. I was probably about 10 or 11 years old first time I came here. So I'm hoping to get a lot of footage for the program, but the timer for the recording is in red, so I don't know if that means that I'm running out of space on the phone or what. I'm going to try to get as much footage as I can. Up ahead, there should be an entrance to one of the paths. Here's one of the paths. I don't know how far in this one goes. Yeah, you know what? I don't really have time to take any of the longer paths. I wanted to find a short path. But I'm probably only going to do some footage for today, considering the weather's pretty overcast and it's foggy out. I don't see any wildlife or anything. You know, I remember there being a lot more trails in this park. This is one of the parks that, you know, is a staple of my childhood. I remember coming here all the time. I can hear the electricity buzzing from those poles. I'm surprised, though, there's no wildlife. Usually there's wildlife. Of course, it is just getting into springtime, so... And I don't know I don't know what time this park is open until, so I don't want to leave my vehicle unattended for very long. Oh, wow, they really did a nice job with these paths. You can see some of the destruction that was undoubtedly caused by the January storm. But this Steglmeier Park is known for its hiking trails. They have a lot of hiking trails, and as you can see, the trails are beautiful. They have boardwalks pre-built. The staff keeps the park really, really clean. And hopefully in the next couple days, when it gets nicer out, I'd like to come back and actually go down some of these paths when it's nice and sunny and warm out. I wouldn't mind coming down some of these paths. But as you can see, this park is humongous. Over there, I'm pretty sure there's shelters and whatnot over there. But the nice thing about this park is you can get to the, you know, there's main roads like this one running through like the entirety of the park. And it's handicap accessible. As I said, all the hiking trails have boardwalks, which you have to be careful in the winter months and when it's raining because of the ice and snow and water. It can make for a very slippery walk. So if you are planning on coming to this park to walk or to hike, it's a good idea to have the right kind of footwear and also to be dressed appropriately for the weather. Alright folks, today we are back at Steglmeier Park, and this will be day 2, and we're going to head down Hawthorne Hollow Trail for a while. Now I don't have a lot of time today, so I don't know how far these paths go, but we're going to take this one for a while. It is really a beautiful day today. And it looks like, you know, this place took a lot of damage from the storm in January. I mean, probably storms in general, because there are quite a few downed trees here. But this is what impresses me most. The beauty of this park, how they maintain it like this. These beautiful pathways. I remember when my grandfather and I would come through here. I used to love walking along these. The scenery is beautiful. I'm going to stop for some pictures. Because it is just breathtaking around here. I love to take a chance to see all the sights. Like I said, I'm probably not going to go down the entire trail, but because some of these trails are fairly long. I know that the one that I used to walk on with my grandfather was about 4 miles in length. And see, this one ends pretty abruptly up here because I see that green sign up there. So I'm not going to go any further than right here for the time being. Well, actually, you know, we'll go to the end of the trail. Oh, there's a bird's nest. Bird's nest up in the tree right there. Usually you hear more wildlife, but it is, after all, it is only March, so there is a lot of other time. By there's a lot of other time, I mean there'll be other times to come here when the weather is nicer. In the summertime, it'll probably sound a lot more active in here. And here we come to the kind of a fork here, Hawthorne Hollow B, or we can head down any of the different forks here, but I'm just going to turn right back around here. Or we could just, you know what, we'll continue around here, because I think I'm pretty sure it loops right around. How you doing? Good. You should remember coming back here with my grandfather. It's really nice to see that this park is still here and still well maintained.
It's gorgeous, yeah. I love it.
Oh yeah. Have a good day. Yeah, lately it's been a hobby of mine. Photography has been a big hobby of mine lately. Try to get as many photos as I can. As I said, I'm almost positive this circle's all the way around, so... What is that? Whoa! That was weird. Must have been a bird or something. Moved extremely fast. Holy shit. Yeah, between my eyes playing tricks on me too. Moving on. Wow, look at this, guys. Massive tree. Looks like they actually had to chop it up to clear the path right here. Wow. Look at that. There's more of it over here. Must have been a massive tree. Yeah, it sure was. It's really nice that it didn't damage the path. I mean, this one could have decimated this this boardwalk here. And who knows, maybe it did. Okay, so Ridge Run. I think I'm going to head this way because this should let us right back out. And the 5 on there probably means it's a 5-mile trail. I'm not adventurous enough for the 5 miles at this time of day. Because by the time I would finish it, it would probably be dark. Oh, what was that? Chipmunk? Oh, nope, a bird. A bird. I can hear a little wildlife right under the boardwalk and over in here in the swampy area. And here we are. This is where we come back out. And you can see where Mother Nature has really retaken this area. And I think it actually caused this boardwalk to tilt a little bit. But time and pressure is all it really takes. And we are right back out. We are out at Ridge Run. So I think to get over to the path we started at, we have to go over here. And I can see my vehicle from here. So that was Hawthorne Hollow, if memory serves. I believe that was Hawthorne Hollow. And I could have done Ridge Run, or whichever that one was. And I probably will come back and do that one another time. I just dropped the wife off at bingo. I was in the area, so I wanted to really get some shots of the park and, you know, stop to check out this park because I have so many memories here. My grandfather used to bring me here all the time when I was a kid, when I was younger. And now I bring myself here. And I share those memories with my daughter, who I bring here. I brought her here a few times. I just really, really wish that I could walk these trails with my grandfather again. Alright, we covered Hawthorne Hollow today, as you just saw. I'm going to head back to my vehicle, and I'm going to head home. But as it's, let's see. Yeah, it's about 5:45 in the afternoon, so the sun is just starting to go down, so I don't want to be on the trails without a flashlight when it's pitch black. And I happen to know that Ridge Run is, I believe that's a 5-mile long trail, so I'm not down for all that today. But didn't get to see very much wildlife today, but this will be a nice addition to the very first episode of RathCo Earth, which is based on this park, Steglmeier Park. And as I've said before, folks, Lawson Park is not the same as Steglmeier. They are two separate parks. So the next episode, we'll probably check out that park as well. But I hope you enjoyed this little segment, and I will see you when we get back to the studio. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the studio. I would just like to thank you all for taking the time to check out this first episode of the RathCo Outdoors program called RathCo Earth. Now, we are far from through with Steglmeier Park due to the fact that it is such a huge park and there are so many trails and areas left for us to explore that I figured, I know that we covered a few trails and some of the details of Steglmeier in this episode, and I hope that you all enjoyed it. In the future, I do plan to feature Steglmeier Park in other future episodes of RathCo Earth. So don't worry. And also, I have already begun production of our second episode of RathCo Earth, and I'm not going to give away which park or which area it's based on. You're just going to have to wait and find out. So thank you all for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, turning on all notifications for RathCo Outdoors, as well as our other, as the RathCo Corporation's other channel where we upload all of our video game content called RathCo Gaming. I consider each and every one of you a member of the RathCo family of gamers and friends. You all have my love and respect, and I am so happy that you took the time to watch this. I'm very grateful to each and every one of you. The RathCo Corporation would be absolutely nothing without all of you great ladies and gentlemen, everyone. All of our viewers, all of our fans, you guys rock. Please stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and turn on all those notifications so that you won't miss the next episode of RathCo Earth. Thanks. Have a great day.